Hi guys, third time's the charm, I swear. I am stubborn AF, and like the Sea Org, we come back. So I'm trying this again. Sorry for all the computer thetans earlier. Those streams are going to be deleted, and we are just starting fresh because today is Thetanic Thursday. Here we go. I'm stubborn, guys. I'm still getting this show out, even if the first one was a shit show and the second one was glitching. The third one's going to do it because I'm determined, and that is what's up. So first we have some submissions from Manning 8. Thank you to Manning 8 for turning me onto this. Oh, I got to do a screen share. We don't want a repeat of last show. Here we go. Get to screen share. Sorry, I wasn't more ready, but here we go with that.
When eventually, after 17 days, they realized there was an extremely serious problem, and they took her. There was a hospital around the corner. They didn't take her there. They didn't take her to the next one. They didn't take her to the one after that. They took her to the one after that, which was 45 minutes away, to a Scientologist doctor. Yeah. She was dead on arrival. Mm-hmm. She was covered in, she was totally dehydrated. She was completely emaciated, and she was literally covered in cockroach feeding sites, hundreds of them all over her body. Now, these post-mortem.
That is Dr. Chris Doyle calling out Scientology for what they did to Lisa McPherson. And this video was posted 17 years ago because on Thetanic Thursday, we take a deep dive back into some of the origins of this protest movement and as it was on YouTube. Again, this next one is a submission from Manning 8. And it's also Dr. Chris Doyle. It is Doyle 6315. And I'm going to share a little bit of that.
Good morning, I'm Carol Randolph, and welcome to Morning Break. What has happened to L. Ron Hubbard, founder of one of the world's wealthiest and most controversial religious groups, Scientology? One of the issues to be discussed this morning with my first guest, Ron DeWolf, who's the son of the missing L. Ron Hubbard. Let's give him a big round of applause, please.
That's Nibs, guys, as we know him. He is Ronald DeWolf. He's no longer with us. This is in the early 80s. And he is L. Ron Hubbard Jr., but even he didn't want to be associated with Hubbard and had his name changed to Ronald DeWolf.
Welcome. In 1972, you alleged in court papers that your father had lived a life characterized by severe mental illness and physical disease, consistent failure, and the use of false and fraudulent oft-time criminal means to cover up these failures and to acquire wealth, fame, and power in order to destroy his perceived enemies. What made you draw those conclusions? What did you see that led you to that?
Because I lived it. 99% of what my father wrote and said about himself is totally untrue. And millions of people have taken this false data over a period of 30-some-odd years and relied upon it and built a set of beliefs and built an organization. And basically those allegations that I made were true because throughout up to 1959, I was deeply involved in all of it.
I have to speak once in a while, guys, for copyright reasons. This show was aired in like 1980, I believe, and the video was posted like 18 years ago.
What did you see specifically? I mean, give me an example. When you say criminal means, like, for example, what did you see?
Fraud and deception, the involvement with, in the early days in Phoenix, Arizona, for an example, in 1952, the involvement with organized crime.
Organized crime in what capacity?
The use of Scientology money, his own money, to finance drug importations.
Hubbard financed a drug ring with Scientology money
Into the country from Mexico and Colombia.
You saw these things?
Yes, I was involved with several of the incidents.
You recorded any of this? You have papers to prove? Could you walk into court and prove any of these allegations?
I didn't think for years that I could. Most of it I thought was buried, but I think now, since I have been speaking out, that there has been evidence being brought forward proving those allegations.
Why did you leave the church? Because of these allegations, these things that you...
No, well, I left the church for a whole wide variety of reasons.
One of those reasons is that Hubbard asked Nibs to devise a plan on how to steal an H-bomb, allegedly.
It wasn't a very simple answer. I left because my wife wanted me to, and also because I wasn't making any money, because all the money flows, of course, to my father, always has. I was also tired of the fraud and the deception, plus his deep involvement in personal use of drugs on himself and others, black magic.
When you say black magic,
Hubbard was into black magic and drug abuse.
what are you talking about? I mean, some of the things that I read in the stack of material, it
Allegedly.
sounds just absolutely unbelievable. What are you talking about when you say this?
Well, the funny thing is that the actual truth is about as far out as Scientology itself. Really, the basis of Scientology, which is rather hidden and covered over, is the occult, the deep involvement with satanic powers that he felt that...
Scientology is a satanic cult.
He was deeply involved with...
allegedly.
A British black magician called Aleister Crowley, and through putting himself in deep hypnotic trances and the use of drugs on himself, he wanted to become the most powerful being in the world.
Did you consider all of this a religion? Do
No.
you now?
No.
Why not?
Because it's a business. It always has been. I was one of the incorporators of one of the original church organizations, and we incorporated just because the AMA and the IRS were...
The AMA, the American Medical Association, and the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, was after them, trying to shut them down, so they turned it into a religion. But it's always been business.
Giving him a lot of problems in the early 50s.
What was your relationship like with your father? I mean, for a lot of people, they would say, well, maybe you're doing all of this because you did not have a good relationship with your father, or maybe you're doing all this for the money. Why are you taking these stands?
Because I want to see the truth. And I can't expose my father without exposing myself. I mean, my life is pretty messed up and goofy anyway. In actual fact, who really belongs in this chair is L. Ron Hubbard, my father. But why I'm doing it is let's lay all the facts out and let people decide.
I have a copy of a letter that supposedly came from your father, where he talks about the fact that your mother was an alcoholic and that she deserted both of you, and that you were not in any position to know about him or the church. Do you believe this is an authentic letter, first of all?
I really don't know, but I know that he has these facts all fouled up.
Such as?
Well, that he didn't know me very well. The fact is, from 1952 to 1959, I was very instrumental in and around the organization and the formation of it. I was director of training, taught many, better than 20 advanced clinical courses.
Nibs was deeply embedded in the foundation of Scientology. He exposed himself by coming out and had the bravery to do that, to try to expose his father. He is unfortunately no longer with us, but his grandson keeps up the fight. Jamie DeWolf, shout out to you. And again, this is Doyle 6315, and it was posted 17 years ago. So thank you, Nibs, for having the bravery to do that. Next, I have another clip sent to me by Manning8 from E-Baum Guy. It was also posted 17 years ago. Nope, this one's the 18 years ago. And they find a Scientologist at a protest, anonymous is at a protest, and they talk to this woman and wake her up. Here we go.
Treat as follows: the way they make you pay for every one of their courses, the way they treat people that are less than their care.
You really get attention with that crowd.
If you go home,
that's what it's about, right?
If you go home and Google the name Lisa McPherson, you'll find out what we're talking about.
Lisa McPherson.
Okay.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I want to know really what, like,
and again, you're free to believe what you want, but just take whatever the actual government of the church says with a grain of salt. That's the main thing. There's a section of the church, free zone is the exact same thing. Everything that the church is Scientology. No, we're not. We're separate.
You're separatists?
Yeah.
All separatists. Okay. Well, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing my attention to it. Because, like I said, I wasn't a full-fledged Scientologist, but I was paying attention to some of their teaching. I read some of their literature and DVDs, watched some films and things like that.
Shout out to Anonymous and E-Baum Guy. That's E-B-A-U-M Guy, G-U-I. And let's play just a few more minutes of that, or a few more seconds of that.
I'm on their mailing list.
Yeah.
Once you start reading into how much they actually want you to say for something,
Yeah.
you actually find out what they really believe already.
Well, I do know that the people that I know that are really into Scientology, it almost seems like a cult.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way that they're so... I'm having an intelligent conversation.
This woman is waking up in real time. She's putting the pieces together, and they're gluing them, stapling them together for her.
With intelligent people. Listen, what I'm saying, the people that are really into it, who got me, interested in it, are really, I would say, obsessive.
Yeah,
to the point that it's almost
they separate families. If somebody doesn't support them, they're going into the church. They don't talk to their family members at all.
They're ostracized.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
They call it disconnect. If you Google the word disconnect.
Well, I'm getting ready to get disconnected then, because I have an answer to that. Google the word
disconnect.
And also, the beliefs that you're talking about that you
agree with.
Yeah, they're not exclusive to Scientology.
Right.
Yeah, there are.
It would be fascinating to find this woman and interview her now. I have no idea who this is. Maybe we can figure that out. Next, I have a clip from Lynn Community Television. Here we go.
Say the initial structure
Ah,
and making sure.
nope, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. It is Scientology prank call from E-Baum Guy also.
Church of Scientology, New York. Can I help you?
Hey, my name is Nick Lawson. I have a friend who gave me this card with your number on it, and he told me to call you if I was ever feeling confused.
Nick Wilson is your name?
Lawson.
This is a prank call into the Church of Scientology in New York City, and it's E-Baum Guy, and it was sent to me by Manning8.
Nelson?
Lawson, L-U-L-S-O-N.
L-U-L-S-O-N. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, we're closed right now.
Yeah, I figured. I kind of been up all night.
Pardon me?
I kind of been up all night. That's why I called at this hour.
I see. Well, is it possible that you could call back during the day? I can help you here?
You know what? I'm a party van driver over at the party planning shop on 28th Street. So I have work tomorrow, but I could give you my number.
Sure.
You can call me back. It's 718
718
770
770
3000.
3000.
Yeah, just real quick, since I'm up now and I already called. I heard Scientology can help people find answers, but my friends are really trying to push it on me, and it really looks like it's helped them a lot out. But I wanted to find out what all this hype is about with supposedly the true secret beliefs of Scientology that seem to be so prevalent on the internet.
Well, yeah, I think
he blurs out a few things here. He blurs out Xenu, so I'm just going to fill in the gap and say he's talking about Xenu in a second, trying to give this guy pneumonia, apparently.
that you need to speak to somebody. I'm a night watchman here, so I think you would need to speak to somebody tomorrow about that.
Do you actually work with the Church of Scientology?
Yeah.
Oh, so they actually employ you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard.
But I can have somebody call you.
How'd you get involved with them?
Well, I just got a job here.
Oh, you just like any other job? You just applied, or did did you actually go through take a survey or anything?
Yeah, they have their own way of testing and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I heard that there's some kind of, just for your information, I guess, I don't know if you could look, if you know anything about this, but there's some kind of connection between Scientology's core beliefs that you eventually find out about, and Lord spelled like and have you ever seen
somebody? I'll have somebody call you tomorrow about that, Nick.
All right, just one more question real quick. Have you seen the book I saw this book called Dianetics? Is that related to Scientology?
Yes.
Why is there a volcano on the cover of it?
Well,
trying to make him question, trying to make him look things up. This is E-Bomb Guy, Scientology prank call in New York City. Check out E-Bomb Guy. It's posted 18 years ago. Next, I have parents thanking Anonymous for all their hard work. And this is from, this is from The Truth Is Here, and that's HEAR here. The Truth Is Here.
Question.
Carry on fighting.
Carry on fighting.
We'll fight until we get her out.
I just want to say, there's a group called Anonymous, which you'll know about. We never heard about them at the time when we did this. Came along to see the first demonstration, something like his birthday, death of course. Thank God. Anonymous, they were the first people who came to us with, I'll say first because it's Richard and Bonnie Woods, came to us with a helping hand. They give us the support like we've never could imagine. They're absolutely fantastic.
Early days, shouting out Anonymous. They have been boots on the ground since, 2008?
And their main reason for demonstrating against Scientology is for people like us and people who are children are stuck in Scientology and can't see their parents. And they never will be because their brain has been brainwashed, simple as that. And that is our opinion, it really is, and our beliefs. And it's the beliefs of a lot of people as well, and Anonymous. And there is thousands of Anonymous now.
Amazing. It's great to see these early clips. I would love to find these people, see if their child ever was able to disentangle from Scientology and what their story is, if they're even still with us. Let's see. Next, we have another one. Nope, wrong tab. Next, we have another old Anonymous video. Here we go.
Hello, leaders of Scientology. We are Anonymous. Over the years, we have been watching your campaigns of misinformation.
This is a copy of the original anonymous threat to Scientology, and it is posted by Angry Gay Pope. Thank you, Angry Gay Pope, for sharing this with us.
Your suppression of dissent, your litigious nature, all of these things have caught our eye. With the leakage of your latest propaganda video into mainstream circulation, the extent of your malign influence over those who have come to trust you as leaders has been made clear to us. Anonymous has therefore decided that your organization should be destroyed. For the good of your followers, for the good of mankind, and for our own enjoyment, we shall proceed to expel you from the internet and systematically dismantle the Church of Scientology in its present form. We recognize you as serious opponents.
If you don't know Angry Gay Pope, you need to go find out who he is. He's been involved since the anonymous days. Let's watch the rest of this.
And do not expect our campaign to be completed in a short time frame. However, you will not prevail forever against the angry masses of the body politic. Your choice of methods, your hypocrisy, and the general artlessness of your organization have sounded its death knell. You have nowhere to hide. Because we are everywhere. You will find no recourse in attack. Because for each of us that falls, 10 more will take his place. We are cognizant of the many who may decry our methods as parallel to those of the Church of Scientology. Those who espouse the obvious truth that your organization will use the actions of Anonymous as an example of the persecution of which you have for so long warned your followers. This is acceptable to Anonymous. In fact, it is encouraged. We are your SPs. Over time, as we begin to merge our pulse,
I love that they say we are your SPs.
with that of your church, the suppression of your followers will become increasingly difficult to maintain. Believers will become aware that salvation needn't come at the expense of their livelihood. They will become aware that the stress and the frustration that they feel is not due to us, but a source much closer to them. Yes, we are SPs, but the sum of suppression we could ever muster is eclipsed by that of your own RTC. Knowledge is free. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Epic. Thank you, Angry Gay Pope, for making that available. Check out Angry Gay Pope. I have the next one is from Angry Gay Pope too. It just cracked me up. He was being deposed by Kenneth Moxon in Scientology and requested to turn over a hard drive. Well, he left a little surprise on the hard drive for them, allegedly. It's so funny.
On the drive that you gave us, which was full of pornographic materials, pornographic videos. It was in a recycle file. Was that an error, or did you intend to give that to us?
Everything. I deleted everything that was on that previously.
There's a whole folder full of pornographic
You must have undeleted something.
Undeleted?
Yes, undeleted, because I erased everything on that disk, deleted all the files.
I love how he hams it up for the camera. It cracks me up. He's such a badass. Check out Angry Gay Pope. Let's watch a little more of this.
And then I put new files on.
So you had a bunch of pornography on there. You deleted it and put the new materials on this drive?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll just delete it better.
Oh, good.
I guess. I've got no further questions at this time, subject to a motion to compel.
Which I'm sure you'll meet and confer about first.
The court reporter will prepare this transcript and we'll make it available per the code. We'll just handle it per the code. You can come to the court reporter's office to
Why can't you give it? Why can't you send it to my lawyer?
Any questions? We'll go for the code.
I find it difficult to get to the Hutchings court reporter place because I don't own a car, and then I'm forced to only look at it there. And if I don't remember everything and can't take notes, then it's very difficult for me to process it. Why can't you send a copy to my lawyer? Isn't that the way it usually works?
Scientology not playing fair as per usual. Check out Angry Gay Pope. He's a legend. Next, we have another legend, guys. We have Tori Magoo. And this is from 18 years ago tomorrow. Tomorrow will make 18 years ago that this was posted.
Ex-Scientologist, not representing Anonymous, just here to talk to you for a minute about a few things. Some people have been asking me about fair game, Scientologists coming up to you and harassing you at pickets and things like that. First of all, if you look at the videos of the old pickets, yes, they did that in 2000, but since 2000, since they put those videos up on the internet, since Wise Beardman did, they haven't really been doing that at all. If anything,
Wise Beardman, Mark Bunker, he's running for Clearwater Council. Please support him, and please support Tori. She has been out there since before the Anonymous days, guys.
They'll send out one person to come out and talk. They know that they're kind of skunked on this because of the internet, right? Secondly, they do fair game. L. Ron Hubbard wrote a policy called fair game, right? It said you can lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly if they're an enemy of the Church of Scientology. Now, at the later, he wrote a cancellation because it was such a PR flap. But at the bottom of it, it says this does not apply to suppressive people, which is they've declared anyone that leaves and they're an enemy of the church, if you speak out at all, they declare you suppressive, so thus they can fair game you, right? Most of the people in Scientology don't know that. They think it's all done. It ended 20 years ago and nobody's been fair game since.
If you don't know who Tori Magoo is, you need to check her out. She is pure fire. She is a legend in this community. She has been doing it all and calling them out since day one.
The truth is, and also you know this, you still fair game some people. People like myself.
Like Lara FM, like Audit LA.
Some of my friends, Wise Beardman, whatever. But they've even slowed down on that because of the internet, thank goodness. And because of people, you know, it's like sunshine disinfects, right? And the light is on them, so they can't really do these really snarly things as much as they used to do it. I want to say something to the mothers, wives, husbands, grandparents that are worried about people that have been helping Anonymous. These people did such a fantastic job. Now I'm talking about the picket on February 10th. It was a fantastic picket. I am so proud of.
That's February 10th, 2008.
Of all of you. You stood up for free speech. You stood up for the rights, human rights that have been violated. You did a great job. You were peaceful. You were professional. You were creative. You were so much energy. I mean, we were just flabbergasted afterwards. Everybody was like, wow, this is terrific. And honestly, Scientology will, I've said it since I first met some of the people in Anonymous, I said, they're going to try to set you up. They're going to do their little tricks and things to try to make you look bad. But after a while, you just realize that's who they are. And it just proves even more why you're picketing. So don't.
Again, she's a legend, guys. I adore her. Here we have another clip from her from also 18 years ago. Let me share the tab. That would help. Here we go.
Tori Magoo. I wanted to tell you something that happened today. Apparently Scientology, the Church of Scientology, has pulled another one of their wonderful foot bullets where they've pulled down the Anonymous's video, their very first video. And I want to tell you also, you guys are unbelievable, truly. I mean, in 1990, I was in the Church of Scientology. I escaped out. I woke up and escaped out literally in 2000. But before that, I was working with the Office of Special Affairs, and they had
Tori has been speaking out against them since 2002.
Me going out, opening up phony accounts so they could spam the internet. I didn't know that. They said they were just handling the critics. But when I finally went on the internet, I noticed they were trying to stop free speech, and I said, I can't do that. They jumped all over me, and shortly after that, I left Scientology forever. But what my point is that in the 90s, they actually created a huge, huge army of people that were just free speech advocates saying, not on our watch. We don't know anything about Scientology, but you can't stop free speech. They have a right to talk, right?
Tori's like an OG First Amendment auditor on YouTube, guys. She is such a powerful voice in this community. She does it with strength and kindness, and she's such a role model for all the ladies out there involved in this movement.
Right? And they got bigger and bigger, and Scientology attacked them more, and there's more and more, and thousands of them. And now, guess what happens? Tom Cruise video comes out. Scientology again says, oh, nope, Take it down. Can't have it up there on YouTube. And what happened there? Up comes Anonymous, 9,000 people, 10,000 people. And now we have a ticket all around the world with people protesting the abuses of the Church of Scientology, not their religion, but the abuses of their church. I don't think it's a religion anyway, quite frankly, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that issue because their abuses are very serious.
Again, shout out to Anonymous. We so appreciate you. We want you all back on board. Okay, next I have another OG from the same time. Mark Bunker, Xenu TV, Wise Beard Man. He has been a powerful voice in this movement, showcasing Anonymous since they first started. Here we go. This is a radio interview with L. Ron Hubbard's great-grandson.
I mean, essentially, he was asking you, why is it you think that Scientology appears so shady? And you're just doing it again. I mean, the fact that nearly none of the actual religious,
they're on the phone with a Scientologist.
There's constant confusion amongst people that I meet about what Scientology is actually about, because you guys have such a labyrinth of, increasing mystery as you go up the OT levels. I mean, now that you're at OT8, is the whole world open to you now, that now that you've seen all the great secrets and so on? Because a lot of people at your level actually leave because they see it all for the sham that it really is.
It's a pyramid. In my personal opinion,
I met a bunch of it myself.
Jamie, I want to ask Mr. Wright this question. In my personal opinion, like you said, it's a glorified Amway pyramid scheme for a financial gain to those who can stick it out longest.
How much?
It's a pyramid scheme. Hubbard's great-grandson knew it. We all know it. Please check out Mark Bunker. Please help get him reelected. Share his posts, guys. Share his videos. Shout him out. He's the only one with the cojones to stand up to Scientology in Clearwater, and we need him. We need his voice. Next, we have another amazing throwback to Doug Scott Kramer. Doug Scott Kramer, rest in peace, is no longer with us, but he left us with a whole library of his story, and he has an amazing story. This is the start of when his father joined.
My father left the house on a normal day, just like any other day, to go off to work. He came back that night. He came back a totally different person. So let me explain what happened. By the way, anybody that gets into Scientology, I think you'll be able to understand this. My dad is a good dude. He's not stupid. He wasn't necessarily in a vulnerable, I wouldn't say, time in his life.
This was right before his father passed. His father's no longer with us either.
A lot of times cult members can get roped in when they're making a transition in their life. They don't know who they are. They're vulnerable. My dad wasn't necessarily in that position. What happened is, he went down to work that morning, and around 8 or 9 a.m., he was flipping through the newspaper, and he saw down in the bottom corner of the newspaper, it said, Dianetics. Do you want to learn how to communicate better? Do you have problems communicating? Something along those lines. But my dad reminisced to me that the thing that got him into it and caught his attention was he didn't feel like he could communicate very well. He's kind of a shy guy and a little reserved, kind of an introvert like me.
Check out Doug Scott Kramer. His channel is Dazed But Not Confused. It's fascinating to hear the different ways people were pulled in. His dad was just pulled in by a communications course listed in the newspaper. I have the next one in that same series from Doug Scott Kramer, Dazed But Not Confused. Oh, no, sorry. Things got out of order when I restarted. This is, well, I'll skip ahead to the Dazed But Not Confused one. So we stay in order, and then I'll go back to that other one. Here we have second in the series of Doug's, or the third. Yeah. It's the one that should have gone before that one. Anyway, here we go.
None of the other anti-Scientology people we've come across are like stoned off of their face and just straight up saying that it's stupid. Because it's like really important is that it's stupid. If you think that an intergalactic warlord named Xenu, I don't know if it's 13 trillion years ago or 6 billion years ago. I like the 13 trillion story just because it's funnier. If you believe that, you're fucking stupid. And like, I'm glad this guy's like calling it fucking stupid. I don't think like most of the other anti-Scientologists talk about it in such
This is two Twitch streamers shouting out Doug Scott Kramer. Doug posted it, clipped it, and posted it on his show.
simple terms.
Yeah, because most people would be like, good that it's like, oh, some of the principles of it are good, and I still like to apply this, and it was really hard to not do that. But this guy's like, blanket, 100%. This is bullshit.
I think Mark Bunker's with us and him on that too, right? For the most part.
I did briefly meet Chris Masterson. He came to this play that I did in 2005, I think, called Pecker Patter. There was a heart, a dick, and a brain. Those were the three characters, and I played the dick, by the way. My mom said that was the role I was in.
Mom was talking shit too. This guy's already a contributor to our fucking crappy outfit here. He doesn't even know it.
Himself, and I found him to be a really
You were
nice
saying
guy.
that, or not you, fucking Allie Drew was saying that the OSA, if they have any like power left, the OSA, by the way, is like Scientology's own little fucking crappy CIA. But she thinks that if this guy gains any traction, they're going to come for him because of the matter-of-fact way that he's speaking and stuff.
And they did come for him. They came for him repeatedly and often.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Also,
he
they might not
probably is
be
fully
able to-
aware.
We might be able to beat them in a propaganda war. We know a couple politicos who know how to message. Plus, also, they'll just block us and we'll throw a party.
There's many levels to make sure that you don't rejoin a cult, you don't fucking get trapped into one of these other kind of groups, you know, while you're trying to heal yourself. It's fucking loaded with obstacles just trying to get the fuck out, let alone trying to get out with people that you think are helping you that are also fucked up still and trying to figure it all out themselves.
That's Doug out protesting Scientology.
So,
oh, he's gonna fucking throw bombs. I like this guy. You know whose side we're on in the anti-Scientology war now? This guy, because I feel like when he does the episode.
This guy, that guy was awesome. I miss you, Doug Scott Kramer. Please check out Dazed But Not Confused. Go check out his old content, guys. I've really had fun deep diving through it. Now back to the one that was supposed to play earlier with Mark Bunker, where he had Scientologists show up at his house and protest him at his house to try to warn his neighbors about him. Here we go.
T3, where Hubbard wrote that 75 million years ago, Earth was the Tegia.
Hi, I'm Dr. Benjamin Wagg, or as I'm now known, Mark Bunker. And welcome to the worldwide headquarters of FactNet Films. About a month ago, I grabbed a camera and started covering Scientology-related events. Well, it didn't take long for the cult to catch up with me. Yesterday, their campaign of harassment continued, with picketers arriving at my doorstep. I grabbed the patented Minton cam and covered the whole event. This will give you the chance to watch the first fully videotaped revenge picket. And Mike Rinder, it will give you the chance to see just how well your
Mike Rinder was the head of OSA at this time.
little boys did.
Would you like a flyer? Yeah, I would. I just got one, but I've been looking for more. You guys have pretty lousy picture on that.
Well, if you can get us
I can give you more if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
And what's your name?
My name's Dan.
Hey, Dan. Thanks for coming by.
Sure.
And what's your name?
D.
D. And are you a Scientologist, or were you hired by Scientology to come by?
I'm a Scientologist.
Oh, really? How long you been in Scientology?
Doesn't matter.
I'm just curious.
I really don't want to do an interview with you.
I love that he says, I'm just curious, because as we know, Scientology says, are you curious? And I love that he called out Mike Rinder specifically.
You don't?
Nope.
Well, sorry to hear that. I mean, you're here at my house. I'm willing to talk about anything that you guys want to talk about.
This is the picture you want to get on here.
Well, yeah, I think
Why don't
we can
you
see.
read that and you can see
Beware your neighbor. Mark Bunker is not all that he seems. And what do you think I am? Your neighbor, Mark Bunker, is a religious bigot. Well, if you would consider Scientology a religion, I suppose you might believe it.
It's not a religion, guys. A religion you can leave freely. Scientology will not let you leave.
That, but unfortunately, it's a cult.
Well,
Oh, I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Bunker, you know deep down inside you're trying to harm something that is
They'll let you leave, but you leave without your family. You leave being attacked. You leave destroyed.
good and helps other people.
Well, deep down inside, I'm trying to help you, is what I really feel. Because you probably don't know all of what your church does and all of what your church believes.
I
For
know a lot
instance-
of what my church does, and it's mostly helping people, you know. So.
Well, where are you on the bridge?
Oh, Mark, I'm not going to listen.
Well,
to
where are you
about
online?
Where I'm on the bridge.
Well, just, you know, you're here. I'd always like to talk to Scientologists. I'm trying to get your side of the story.
Have you ever done anything in Scientology yourself?
I went in, I took the personality test,
You've never
and
done a
I
course?
played with the e-meter.
Played with the e-meter.
Played with the e-meter. Well, the e-meter
What
is
is
kind of a toy. I mean, it's...
So you played with the e-meter.
The fake laughter, it's great. But I love Mark's very kind to them. He just tries to fill them in on facts. Next, I have, let me make sure I'm not going out of order again. Next, I have something a little more modern. It is by Cameron Explores. By the way, that was Xenu TV, Mark Bunker. Make sure I say that again. Support Mark Bunker, please. So Cameron Explores, and it's a video about what happened to Anonymous.
The hacking group Anonymous is threatening Donald Trump over his proposal to ban Muslims.
But the hacker group called Anonymous was secretly listening and recording.
Anonymous declared war on ISIS following the attacks in Paris.
Access granted.
We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
This one's newer. It's just from a year ago, but it goes over the Anonymous story, and I really want to focus on the Anonymous story on these Throwback Thursdays. Thetanic Thursday, guys.
The hacker collective group Anonymous is an informal, worldwide network of hackers and activists. It garnered global attention in the mid-2000s. Notorious for its internet-driven protests, advocacy, and direct action, the Anonymous hacker group is often seen targeting government bodies, corporations, and other organizations. Basically, Anonymous was a hacker group that actually people liked. Anonymous gave this kind of sense of the everyday man fighting back against the corporation. Anonymous was essentially just a large group of people that used 4chan together and had these hacking skills and grouped up all around the world. These people would hide their identities behind Guy Fawkes masks. The group owes its origins to the image board 4chan. And there's that famous clip on the news of that lady, and she's like, who is 4chan?
Do we even know who is this 4chan person or website?
Known for its anonymity and uncensored content, 4chan was famous for everyone posting under the name Anonymous. Basically, if you don't set a name as you're posting something on 4chan, it just says Anonymous. What started...
Again, this is Cameron Explores. He goes into it. Let's watch for another minute and move along.
Started as a simple meme, transformed into a shared identity for users involved in internet culture activities and online pranks. But Anonymous would go way farther than just simple pranks. Throughout the early 2000s and 2010s, Anonymous was all over the news, but now in the 2020s, 2021, 22, 23, 24, we haven't heard of Anonymous in the news recently. So that's today's question. Today, we're going to be looking at what happened to the hacker group Anonymous.
I'm not going to give it all away, guys. You have to go check out Cameron Explores and find out what he says happened to Anonymous. And let's see. That's it. That's all my clips today, except I wanted to show this one last clip on the Public Works call-in crew because Guys, we're short a few people right now. There's people with in real life stuff that needed to take a break. And so we only have a few people calling in. It would be such a huge morale support if one of you stepped it up and called in just once or twice. You could just call and say, I support what the last person said, and then just hang up. You don't even have to go into it, especially if you're nervous. Just, getting the first one done, you'll be fine after that. But yeah, you'll be nervous the first time, maybe have notes to read on. And it's super easy, and you can do it anonymously. And it would be a big morale boost and a good way to support Audit LA and Lara. Here's a clip from that.
We'll start with Audit LA, followed by Georgina. Audit LA, please unmute. You'll have 60 seconds to offer your commentary.
Good morning. I just wanted to see where we are in my request for an internal investigation for the event at the Shrine, where Scientology and Council District 9, LAPD, and VSS kind of work together to go against the rules of your permits. That they made it where they shut down sidewalks to local to access, except for locals, and Scientology is the one that check whether or not.
Sorry for the typing sounds. This is my recorded stream, and I was typing in the chat while Audit was speaking.
They're local. That is against your permit laws, and you need to please do an internal investigation of how that happened to make sure it never happens again. And it's Scientology again. Just they don't want to follow any rules that are set by them. I am appreciative that the special event permits have gone down, but this was a special event permit that went haywire. It needs to be investigated. The CD9 needs to be investigated. Every entity that agreed to this needs to be investigated.
Audit LA is fire. She's the whole reason we do the call-in. She got us all on board. She showed us the ropes, and she's been amazing. Please support Audit LA and her efforts. And that's it for the clips. However, I still have Supportive Squirrel of the Day. And Supportive Squirrel of the Day is the person that sent me a bunch of clips for this episode. So that would be Manning 8. Here is a little tribute to him and his channel. That was Manning 8. Manning 8 sent me a bunch of retro clips to feature on today's show. Thank you, Manning. I appreciate you. Check him out. He protests all over. He's protested in Chicago. He's protested in New York City, Boston, Connecticut, and he will be back out there very soon, guys. So keep an eye out for Manning 8. Thank you, Irish. I appreciate you so much. Irish was dropping links like crazy. Peter Anderson's here. Hey, Peter, I should glance at chat. Probably not a lot of people here because I had to go back and redo this show. Benebeck is here. Thank you, Bina. And that's it, guys. That's the show for today. Thank you guys for being so patient. I had to redo this. I was having so many thetans earlier, but like the Sea Org, we come back, and I am stubborn AF. So I came back and I got it done. Hey, Heather, thank you for joining in. Heather sent me something for tomorrow's show, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait to feature it. It's pretty interesting. So that's the whole show. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm sorry the initial one was a bust, but we got it. We got it worked out. Thanks, guys. Go out and do something fun today. Bye.